I have to prepare an aphrodisiac for Constance, the Queen Mother's lady-in-waiting. Can you give me your famous recipe?
It's based on ambergris and mandrake berries, but as for the rest, my memory seems to be slipping. I gave the recipe to your brother. He must have kept it in his room. He's at that age, after all.
It looks like the same chart as the one I found at Chavigny's. And it's Queen Catherine's nephew's. But why is Jean-Aimé interested in Queen Catherine's nephew? And why secretly? This is most disturbing. Maybe if I examine the near future of young Henry of Navarre, I'll better understand the reason for so much mystery. And it will be a good opportunity to use the solar return machine. It looks like the earthquakes got the better of César's treasures. I don't remember this chest being visible. Something's blocking it. César clearly does not want people rifling through his things. Something's blocking it. Something's blocking it. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. I'm not sure the contents of this chest merit such solid protection. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. It was a full day. I'm exhausted. This ingredient is too precious to be used if you don't know exactly what to do with it. This ingredient is too precious to be used. This ingredient is too precious to be used if you don't know exactly what to do with it. All I have to do now is heat the whole thing. Perfect. I think I've got it. The chart that I found at Chavigny's is Henry of Navarre's.
I knew that birth date was familiar. I suppose you calculated his horoscope.
I did indeed, and he's in danger. Given what I could glimpse of his future, I think this curse is just an excuse for attacking him.
That's possible. There are many people who would do anything to keep a Huguenot from ascending to the throne.
The best way to protect young Henry is to stop this sinister series of murders. For their plan to work, they have to kill 3 more people before turning their attention to the royal family. And if it doesn't appear to be the result of a divine curse, attacking him might be more delicate.
Very likely, but these people, whoever they are capable of anything. Who knows? In their plan, we might be among the next victims.
One more reason to put a stop to all this. Should we speak to the Queen Mother of it?
I'm not sure. I don't think she could be a part of this plot, but those who are pulling the strings could be very close to her. So long as we have nothing tangible, it's better to keep it to ourselves. But go and see her anyway. She would find it suspect that you make no report.
You know him well. Do you think Chavigny could be behind all this?
Not long ago, I would have answered no. But there are many disturbing things here, and after all, money and power can change a man. Don't trust anyone. The future is fickle, Madeleine. If I had foreseen what is happening today, I would have sent you far away with your mother.
Philibert must have felt threatened. He left behind a little stone, almost the same as yours, and a paper with the letters A.M.P. followed by the number 45. That note led me to the Book of Paracelsus.
Philibert was a cultivated man, and what did you find in it?
A sheet covered with strange signs. In fact, it seemed like an alphabet. It was perhaps related to his research on Celtic symbols and to the engraved stones. The motifs were very similar.
Interesting. What book did you find that sheet in?
Excuse me?
The Astronomia is divided into 4 tomes, and from what I remember, the edition at this chateau doesn't bind them all in one book. Therefore, there are 4 separate volumes, and perhaps 4 notes by Philibert.
I'm here to see Her Majesty Catherine de Medicis.
Enter. Her Majesty has consented to receive you.
Come in, César. Well, I'm listening. What have you found out?
I don't believe you're victim of a curse, although someone is trying to convince us you are.
What makes you say that?
First, the librarian was poisoned. But they want to make us think it was an accident. I deduce from that either the murderer was afraid of being discovered, or he thought an accidental death would go better with the prophecy. Second, I now know that the quatrain you saw is a shortened version of the prophecy my father wrote, and yet the events are taking place exactly as described in the short version. It seems to me that fate, if that's the force at work here, would hardly adapt itself to an edited text. He who inspires men's prophecies would hardly obey their quills. What do you think?
I think you have the same mind as your father. I agree with you. There's something not very coherent about this so-called curse.
Do you know who was aware of the quatrain you gave me?
Chavigny, of course, the king, and also my apothecary and myself. The king cannot be suspected, and my apothecary is dead. So on the list of suspects, I can only see your father's secretary, unless he showed it to someone else himself.
I'm going to speak to him about it.
As for me, I'll give the order not to let him leave the chateau, as long as this business isn't settled.
It seems to me that Constance also knew about the verses.
Yes, she had heard of them, but she doesn't know the precise contents of the quatrain.
Someone must have lost it recently. I didn't notice it. Maybe it's Chavigny. His door seems open.
Well, well. To what do I owe the honor of your visit?
A question, Jean-Aimé. I absolutely must know who was aware of your version of the quatrain. Someone is using it as an inspiration for murder. But the Queen says few people knew of it.
Do you mean she suspects me? And I suppose I owe that to you and your brilliant deductions.
If you're not guilty, help me find the murderer.
But how? Someone could have rummaged in my things and found the quatrain. You're not the only one capable of breaking in.
It's better to leave it at that for now. If he is indeed the killer, I'd be well advised not to spend too much time in his company. It would seem that there's a hidden room in the scriptorium. But I was so sure Philibert's key would work. It goes in, but won't turn. Looks like another volume of the Astronomia Magna, but it's empty. Someone must have been here before me, unless I made a mistake. The only way to be sure is to find another volume, and for that, a little more light wouldn't hurt. Book 2 of the Astronomia Magna. I knew my father was right. Philibert's message didn't concern a single book. I just have to find the last book of the Astronomia Magna.
Is anyone there?
I'd better not dawdle here. There's no point in everybody discovering this place. I'd better avoid Jean-Aimé. The guards aren't nearby, and there haven't been any deaths yet today. It's time to pay a visit on Constance. I still haven't brought her the aphrodisiac potion.
César, at last. I thought you'd forgotten me.
How could I? I was supposed to bring you this, and I always try to do what I say.
The famous aphrodisiac potion of Nostradamus. Want to try it with me?
I beg your pardon?
The best way to judge its effectiveness is to drink it as a couple, isn't it?
Why not?
And to think I thought you were withdrawn. I'm pleasantly surprised. To your health, handsome César.
Nonetheless, although you're utterly charming, we'll stop there. I'm not who you think I am, and I'm afraid I disappoint you.
Mysterious as well. Better and better. In spite of your young age, you seem to know women well.
I must have a certain gift for empathy.
Since you're playing hard to get, I've another sort of amusement to offer. But we need some small stakes to make it interesting. You'll have to give me a present every time you lose.
Very well, but if I win, you'll answer my questions.
All right. The principle is simple. I throw 5 dice, I give you the value of the total, and you have 5 chances to guess the value of each die. Of course, I'll give you some clues. The dice are cast. It's up to you.